This is ABC 15 News.
And we begin with a big development in the Paradise Valley murder mystery. Thanks for choosing us. I'm Stephanie Hockridge. 5 days after a couple is found murdered, the mayor is announcing arrests in this case. ABC 15's Hatzel Vela is live at the scene of where this happened. And Hatzel, what have you learned today?
Well, Stephanie, I can tell you that the mayor did confirm that they do have someone in custody, but he did not say who they are and what they're being charged with. He also talked about the news conference. Initially, you may remember that news conference was expected to take place today, but that news conference has now been moved to Monday. Of course, we've also been in touch with other agencies that are involved in this case. We reached out to Paradise Valley Police Department, never heard back, but we did hear back from the county attorney's office, and they say as of now there are no plans to be part of that news conference that is expected to take place on Monday. They say that they continue to work with Paradise Valley Police and Phoenix PD, who are the lead agencies in this case. As for the latest developments in this case, we know that ABC 15 obtained some information from multiple sources that the couple was shot before their home was burned, and also that there were some things taken from the home. I can tell you there's been intense interest in this case. Just being here throughout the day, I've seen folks drive into this neighborhood. You can see this is a cul-de-sac. There's only 3 homes on each side, but every 5 to 10 minutes there's someone who drives in wanting to know what's going on with the case, if there's been any arrest, and what simply they're just interested because they've lived in the neighborhood, because they know the couple. So a lot of interest. I spoke to a couple who's lived in the neighborhood about 40 years, and here's what they tell us about why they think there's so much interest in this case.
It's an absolutely bizarre kind of thing. I mean, it doesn't seem like it's a random break-in. There's just not this kind of violent crime in this area. I mean, nobody's immune, obviously. It tugs at our heartstrings.
So obviously it tugs at the heartstrings of those, not only the folks who live in this neighborhood, Stephanie, but also folks in the community in general. Yeah,
Hatzel, this story's gotten international interest, that's for sure. But it's almost been a week since this happened. How are the neighbors doing? Because it's my understanding that they were really, really close with the Shapiros.
Yeah, I can tell you, I talked to the woman who lives here, and she says she has a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, and she says it's tough because her kids would go over to the Shapiro's house, hang out, and they were friends with them. I also spoke to a gentleman who lives in that house. They also have kids, and for any family, you can imagine how tough it is to them have to explain what's happening with this whole case. Stephanie?
Absolutely hard for a child to understand what's happening. Hatzel Vela, thank you very much for that. And of course, you can stay with ABC 15 and ABC15.com as we continue gathering information on this Paradise Valley murder mystery.